So I'm Mark Greenstein. Welcome. This is my back pages once again. The literally back 5 questions on section 4 of 4 on the May 2017 SAT. So if you haven't taken it, I urge you not to listen to this, okay? Save and then listen later so that you'll have done this without being exposed to it. For everyone else, here we go. Please turn to page 54, section 4, number 34. It starts 5 supposedly hard questions, and ladies and gentlemen, these might be the easiest back 5 I have ever seen, and I've been doing this for 28 years. Literally, watch how easy these 4 are to the Ivy-bound student. Number 34 has 2 equations and what looks like 3 unknowns. Eek, we don't like 3 unknowns. But it has to be solvable, otherwise the SAT could not ask this. So, when they say what is one possible value of y, it means you're going to have a range of possibilities. There's not one answer. They'll credit one of many. There could be an infinite number within a given range. In fact, that ends up being the answer today. If you've seen it, 0 is less than, our answer is less than 1. Let's see how we get there. You can translate by an easy multiplication. Half x equals a, turn that into 2a plus y equals 5a, right? Now, 2a is your substitute for the x in x plus y equals 5a. So your new equation is real simple. 2a plus y equals 5a. Combine like terms, subtract 2a from both sides, y equals 3a. What is one possible value of y? Well, if a can't get higher than 1/3, then y is at most 1/3 times 3. No calculator needed. 1/3 times 3 is 1. Your highest possible value is 1. Your lowest possible value is 0. Anywhere in between is a legitimate answer. I said 1/2, okay? Split the difference. Any one of those works. Let's go to number 35. It looks big, but there's no calculator needed if you do simple FOIL, all right? First, outer, inner, last in reverse. We call it reverse FOIL. Please look at how easy reverse FOIL is, even with a number like 66. There are not that many combinations out there. We're looking for the one that puts 2 multiples, and when they are summed together, it gets you 17, okay? My possible multiples start with 1 and 66. That's not going to get me 17. I move to 2 and 33. But subtracting or adding, I'm still not going to get down to 17. Next, 3 and 22. Close, but still there's no way I'm getting at 17 when I add or subtract 3 and 22. The only one left, 6 and 11. 6x plus 11x indeed equals 17x. So here's our numerator. X plus 6 times x plus 11. Look at our denominator. How convenient. X plus 6. They divide out, leaving you with a simple x plus 11 to fall into your x plus a expression. A must therefore be 11. Now, I want to give you a hint that would save you time even over this. I marched down methodically from 1 to 2 to 3 to 6, and I was prepared to go even deeper than that. Look at why you might not even have to make that march. In the denominator was an x plus 6. That would be the first thing I tried. And my reason is the SAT makers are clever. Because they are clever, they like to show their cleverness by having things drop out. How nifty was it that x plus 6 canceled out x plus 6 on the bottom? So if you are onto them, like we are, that means try the 6 first, not last. You save yourself time. All right, number 36. There are lots of ways of doing slope. This is girded by the fact that parallel lines have the same slope. They've given you parallel lines. Let's figure out the slope my way. What's my easiest way? Rise over run. I don't need the formula. Rise over run. And we can see it, the rise from that point to point that they give you. And I'll show that graph for everybody who doesn't have the test. The 2 points in that fourth quadrant are rising 3 and running 4. Rising 3 and running 4. So you have a slope of 3/4. That's the slope of that line. Now, the other line, which passes through 1, 1 and 3, something, would also be going slope 3/4. Rise over run, again, is the same since they're parallel. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take that point, go over not 4 anymore, go over just 2 to that third piece, go up 3/4, and you end up moving up to a point that on the y-axis is 2.5. There's your answer, y equals 2.5. Let's go to the final page. Number 37 and 38 have this grid. It's a parabola. Now you got to know that parabolas have symmetry, and except for the tippy top point, or the very bottom if it's a U parabola, they have 2 values at every level of y. 2 values at every level of y. That answers question 38 right there. Okay? When they gave you 26 miles per gallon, it's mimicked on one side and the other side. For that whole range, all speeds between 10 and 80 miles an hour, there must be 2 and only 2 cross points. Now, let me expand something. If you ever saw a W, there'd be potentially 4 cross points, and that's the maximum. What functions get you a W? A 4th power function. What functions get you an S-curve? A 3rd power function. Square functions like you have here, that's a parabola, and single line functions are called linear because they literally are a line. Now, let's hit question 37. They call it a quadratic model. The model is this nice smooth curve, but none of those points are on the curve, are they? Those points are either above or below. The question says, for what fractions of these 12 points does the model overestimate the actual? That means they're asking for the number of points below the curve. The model is overestimating every one that is actually below it. There are 3 points below it. There are 12 points total. The fraction is 3/12. That's your answer. You could reduce it if you like, 1/4. 3/12 is fine. I hope this has been helpful. We do more of these at Ivy Bound. Every Tuesday night, we do verbal questions. Every Thursday night, we do math. On Sundays, we actually cover full-length SATs. That's closed to just our clients, but maybe you'd like to be one. ivybound.net is the place you can find us. Thanks for finding me here. Have a great rest of the weekend.